Good morning, Hoover Elementary. Dr. G here on Hawk TV, wishing you all a very happy Monday. At this time, please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, please remain standing for a brief moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated. All right, everybody. Dun, dun, dun. Our Eagles did not do too well yesterday. The season is still young. Don't give up hope. All right, we can do it. All right, we got my chart. Dun, dun, dun. Today is Monday, September 14th, 2020. It's day 5. Pay close attention to the calendar this week, because this week we start changing the days a little bit, because we want to make sure everybody has different specialists to see on Fridays during synchronous learning, which, by the way, you guys all did a great job with on Friday. I'm so pleased to hear that Synchronous Friday went so well in so many households. A few tips. Some parents said that if they had 2 or more kids, they found it very helpful to make sure those kids were wearing headphones. That's what we do in school. Many people have headphones at home. They're not that expensive, and it allows each child to focus a little bit when there's a lot going on, especially if you have more than one child. All right, like I said, it's day 5, and it's dun dun dun, the Kindergarten Blue Team Orientation Day. We are so excited that we're going to be welcoming roughly half of our kindergarten students to their first day of in-person instruction today. Remember, if your last name begins with A through K, you're on the blue team, unless you happen to be one of those few people who reached out to me and I gave you a confirmation email that we're switching things around. So roughly half the students are coming today. It's not for parents. It's a normal type day for our students. They'll go through the whole day. They'll arrive. They'll go through lunch. They'll learn some procedures about washing their hands and staying 6 feet apart. But we're going to have some fun too. Many people during recess are going to be part of a big dance party. So that'll be awesome. We're going to see how many kindergartners we can get dancing 6 feet apart out on the playground. We got a lot of questions from some parents about some of the basics. So let's just go over some of those if you're coming to school. Remember, if you're not coming to school, you still have an asynchronous learning day. So if you're on the kindergarten red team, or if you're in an older grade level, you still have the asynchronous. And if you're one of our special program students, you were with us last week, you're still coming this week, Monday through Thursday. So we welcome you. The car rider line is open from 8:50 a.m. till 9:10 a.m. We do have some people who try and drop kids off at like 5 a.m. Unfortunately, we don't have any staff who can watch them until 8:50. So 8:50 is the earliest you can come in. We are having the car rider, remember the B-wing door, the C-wing door, and the D-wing door, okay? That's going to make sure that all of our students have a very short walk to their classroom, and it's going to make sure that we can kind of keep different grade levels and different students in different classes in different areas, okay? Let's try and make sure we're all in by 9:10. We shut the door at 9:10. Everybody should be seated. Now, between 8:50 and 9:10, if you haven't had breakfast, you can swing by the cafeteria, pick up a grab-and-go breakfast, and then bring it to your classroom to eat, all right? And remember, between now and I think, double-check on the website, but I think it's till December, we're still offering a free breakfast and a free lunch to all of our students. So there's a lot of information on the website, on Facebook, on Twitter, on how you can use some payment options, how you can fill out the free and reduced lunch forms for the future. But right now, because of the pandemic and everything, we're still offering free breakfast and free lunch to all of our students every day. So stay tuned for that. Some people have said, what's going on for lunch today? I double checked. The menus are all online. They're on the Chamonix Facebook page. You can go to it. But there's 2 options. There's an option A and an option B. Looks like option A is the mini corn dogs. Should be a lot of fun. And then option B is the chicken tenders. All right. Now, here's the thing. If you make a choice in the morning, your teacher's going to ask you, do you want lunch? And you'll say yes, or you'll say, no, maybe I brought my own lunch. But if you say, yes, I want a lunch, your teacher's going to say, well, do you want the corn dogs or do you want the chicken tenders? And if you say, you know what, I want the chicken tenders, good for you. But then later, maybe Mr. Kelly or I are going to bring your lunch to you. And you might see those corn dogs and boy, they might smell good. And you might say, hey, you know what? Can I change my order? Unfortunately, you can't. See, so you got to really kind of commit in the morning. Are you a corn dog kind of guy or are you a chicken tender kind of guy? Because we're only going to cook what we need. So really think about it. And if you look at it later and you're like, wow, I should have gone with the corn dog, don't worry. You can probably order it another day. All right. But you'll have to eat the chicken tender today. All right. Unless, of course, you ordered the corn dog. All right. End of the day. Some people say, what time? Do we have to pick up our kids at midnight? No, 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 no. Come in a little earlier than that. Car rider line, we open the door for our students at 3:30 p.m. The buses actually don't come till 3:35, so we're actually letting the car riders in 5 minutes early, okay? You'll just pull in, we'll show you what to do. Normally in the past, we've had a lot of people sort of gather near the doors, the B wing, the C wing, the D wing. We're gonna ask that you can stay near your car. You can get out of your car, you can go to stand up, wave, say, hey, here I am, but you can't congregate near the doors. We don't want to have large groups of people with the COVID. So 3:30, that's when we'll see everybody. Let's make sure we pick up everybody. There's always a couple of kids who at the end of the day, they get left behind. I always tell them, of course your parents love you. Of course they're on their way. They're not home binge watching on Netflix or something like that. It must be a flat tire. So please remember to come pick up your kids because we enjoy being with them all day, but we also want to make sure that they get home to you safely at the end of the day. All right, so I'm talking to my kindergarten students. If you're on the blue team, and even if you're on the red, you need to know your full name, all right? So all day long, people are going to be asking you, hello, can you please tell me your name? And you will not be like, well, I'm too shy, I'm not going to tell you. Or, my name's Joey. We've got lots of Joeys. We've got over 600 kids, okay? Probably have 200 Joeys. So we need your full name, your first name, and your last name, because that's going to help us. If for some reason you walk into the wrong classroom, you walk into Mr. O'Boyle's 4th grade math class, and you're trying to learn a little bit about calculus, and you're like, wait a minute, I don't think that's right. We can figure out where you belong if you tell us your full name, okay? At the end of the day, everybody should know, how are you going home? Someone coming to pick you up? You're going to ride one of those big buses? A lot of kids say, oh, yeah, I take the big yellow bus. The buses have numbers, okay? We have lots of big yellow buses. So you should really know your full name and how you're getting home. Are you getting home on the bus? What's the bus number? Are you getting home by car rider? Are you taking a helicopter? Are you taking an airplane? But you really should know that. And I know it's a lot. So if you have trouble with that, or if you can't remember all that, you might want to ask your mom or dad to write everything down for you, and you can put it in your pocket. That way, if I come to you and you're really shy, you could just take your little card out of your pocket, almost like a business card, and it could say, hello, my name is James Smith. I am a kindergarten student in Miss Maddie's class, or whoever's, and my plan for going home today is helicopter. Okay, that way we'll know, we'll get you to the helipad, and we'll make sure you get home safely. All right, many people are saying, hey, it's a real in-school day. Should we still bring in the iPads? Yes. Whenever you come to school, you should either bring in your iPad or your Chromebook, and it should be fully charged, okay? We don't actually have a lot of extra chargers because we've kind of given everything out. So we will be using a lot of technology even when you come into school. We might even review like how to turn things on, how to get through a Zoom meeting, that type of thing. So make sure you're bringing your iPad, keep it safe with you, maybe in your book bag. And a lot of other people say, what else should I put in my book bag? I don't have a lot of books. Especially if you're in kindergarten, I highly recommend that you have a plastic bag, and in the plastic bag, you have a change of clothes. Maybe some extra underwear, maybe an extra pair of shorts, maybe some socks, maybe an extra t-shirt. Now you might say to yourself, why? Why do you need extra clothes when you go to school? All kinds of reasons. At recess, sometimes we do dance parties, but sometimes eventually we might even be playing kickball. You might slide into second base. You might get yourself covered with mud and you need to do pair of clothes. Well, if you have a change of clothes in your bag, it's easy to get cleaned up. Sometimes we have kids who at lunchtime, they are not really thinking about what they're doing. They open up their chocolate milk and then they're talking to their friend. They forget that they opened their chocolate milk, and they think, oh, before I drink my chocolate milk, I should shake it up. So they shake it up, and they get chocolate milk all over themselves, or me, which that's another story. But anyway, if you have a change of clothes, you'll be able to go home. You'll feel comfortable. You'll look good because you're in your own clothes, and you'll have a good day. I actually do the same thing every day. I keep an extra pair of clothes in my car just in case somebody accidentally spills chocolate milk on me, or in case Mr. Burst comes by and he spills paint on me or something like that. So really good idea if you're in kindergarten to have a plastic bag with some extra clothes in there too. All right? All right. Let's see. Are you going to be ready for later today for the big dance party at recess? If so, I hope you know this song. We'll do more of that at recess. Have a great day, everybody.